Hi everyone, I'm Marcin and I would like to talk a little about a game which I played recently a couple of times. It's Castle for All Seasons. It's a game by Inka and Marcus Brandt, published by Rio Grande Games. It came out in Essen 2008 and I think it's not that much popular. It deserves more attention, more love, because I think it's a very good game. It's probably not the most inventive, there are no new mechanics, that's why I think it's not that much popular, but all of things here, all the mechanics come together in a nice, real way, presenting challenging game in 1 hour or less. So let's talk about a little bit about it. We are builders of a castle. We saw that in many other games. We will try to help build parts of a castle which are represented by those cardboard tiles, and we will try to earn the most points, prestige points or something like that. We'll try to build the castle with some sand, some wood, maybe like this, some wood, bricks and stone and silver, but silver is kind of a joker. You can build as any of other resources. As you can see, the game is very nicely done, beautiful. The art is by Michael Menzel. There are a lot of wooden components which are real nice. It's nice that it's like a little bit of sand. It's like wood and stone. It looks amazing. Each player got also 8 rolls card, and these are the basic of this game, the core mechanics. It's a role selection game when every player picks one of those cards and you try to outguess your opponents. It's very important to think what your opponents will do, try to know what will do and react in some way. And it's part I really like about this game, when everybody knows what to do. They are trying to outguess their opponents. It's really interesting, it flows really quickly. So I'll tell you about some of those cards. When you play one of those cards, it's put it away until you play the last card, Master Builder. Then all your cards are back into your hand and you can play them again. First one is Messenger. You just got, it gives you 8 coins, nothing special. Money is very important because thanks to it you will send your workers, your helpers to the parts of the castle, and they will earn you some points. Then we've got Trader. When you play Trader, you can send one of your helpers to bring you some resources. Of course, I don't have to play Trader to my to give order to my helper to bring me some resources. If I have helper here and somebody will play helper and won't kick me out of this spot, I will get 4 cents. And each of the workers here standing will get some resources, more or less. But when you get those resources, you have to donate to the tower. You have to put one of those resources into the tower. I will tell you about the tower in a minute. So we've got Trader, we've got workers, and workers bring you some resources, like this one, it's silver and 2 wood, and then worker can build one of one of the parts of the castle, and we built those parts of the castle have points which you will earn when you will build this part of the castle. It shows what helpers you will you would send there if you will build this and you have money for that. So you will have two places for helpers and resources. To build this you have to have 22 resources. It doesn't mean you have to have, I don't know, 22 sandbags, because every resource has some value. Like sand it's 1, wood is 2, brick 4, stone is 5, as I said, silver is a joker, you can use it as any resource you want. And there's a catch. You have to use exactly 3 kinds of resources to build this. You have to, let's see, okay, let's do that, 15, right? And I don't know, 5 sands and 1 wood, it's 22. You spend it, you build it. So there is a little bit of calculation at the beginning. It's maybe a little tiresome, but after 2-3 rounds you know what to do. You know how to calculate this fast, and the game doesn't downtime or anything like that. It's really fast game. After the worker can build this, but it can build only for half of the points the part of the castle is worth. Then we've got 2 very important roles. It's stonemason. It builds for points, for the whole value of the points. But earlier you can buy one of the resources from other players' workers. So if someone will play a worker, you can buy, I don't know, like silver for 1 thaler, and it's almost like a thief, because taking some of the resources for 1 thaler is not that big of a deal. So it's important when you play this, you want to be sure to at least one of your opponents or more will play worker to buy some resources. And then after building one of the parts of the castle, you can send your helpers. They will earn you points at the end of the game. So let's see, we will build the gate, the big gate. Then you can, at any point of the game when you build something, you can send here helper for 10 thalers, and it will give you 2 points for every tower, little tower that is built, not by you, by any of the players. There are many of the towers. There are also huts, and you can earn points for huts, 3 or 2, depending where your helper will stand. There are many other ways to earn points at the end of the game. It's very important to try to be there first where you want, to have a strategy, and you don't want your opponents to know what you're going to do, because they will try to mess you up. And basically it's all. There's also a bricklayer which can build for money, not for points. It can also send helpers, and at the beginning you can take one of the resources, one of the kind of resources from the tower. So when many players will choose trader, there will be a lot of resources, so then you will want to play the bricklayer. And there is a master builder. As I said, after playing this you take all of your cards to your hand, and also if anyone will build anything this round, you take 5 points for each of the buildings. So you want to know where to play the master builder also in which right moment. That's it about the game. It lasts for 12 rounds for 2 and 4 players and 15 for 3 players. It runs really fast. You play and in one moment you think, oh my god, there are only 3 rounds left. What to do? So it's about 1 hour game. I like the outguessing your opponent aspect with those roles. I like the way the game looks. It's not that cheap, at least in Poland, but I think it's worth the money when everybody knows what to do. So about in the second game, it's really fun. There are no new ideas here. It's always seen roles, building castle, resources, and etc. But it really is nice. We also got for this game a winter side of the board, which represents events. There are some cards, events which will happen in some rounds. We don't know which one will happen, but there are only 6 of those in a box. On Essen there were 6 more probably, I think, but still it's not that much. They don't change the game that much, because on a 4 player there will be 4 events from 6, so you almost know that this card will be, maybe just 2 of those won't come in the game. In a 4 player and 3 player game they will all come into the game. You don't know in which moment, in which turn they will those cards will come up, so it gives a little bit of variety, but not that much. I would like to see more of those. On 2 player I played this game most with 2 players, and after some time you know what to do, and it's a little bit of schematic because there are some certain strategies. They're not that much, so you won't play this that much often not to get tired of it. But I really like it with 2, with 4. I didn't play it with 3 players, but I would like to try this. I really recommend this game with 4 players. It's a blast. With 2 players it's also very good. So try this one out and tell me what you think about this game, and see you